Hi, Angus Pryor here, creator of the Dental Profit System, co-author of the Amazon crushing book, The Better Business Book, bringing you this special video to help you with the marketing in your dental practice. Now in this video we're going to be looking at Australian dental practice marketing ideas because in my experience most dental practices in Australia have had a go at a number of different marketing things, but one of the challenges about marketing is that sometimes what used to work no longer works, or you've tried something and maybe you just haven't got the best result and you're thinking, well, let's get some more ideas for your Australian dental practice. So with that in mind, in the next few minutes, we're going to cover those ideas. Now, the first thing I want to say to you is, even before we get into the ideas, is philosophically, you must aim to stand out. I mean, consider this. If you were, as a consumer, and you're looking at a business and the business effectively says to you, well, look, we're pretty much the same as everybody else in our industry. There's nothing special about us, but come and deal with us anyway. Well, why would you deal with them? I mean, you'd be looking for somebody who's got an edge, someone who there's something about them that you go, oh, that's different, that's interesting, maybe I'll go and have a look. And so I want to encourage you with your marketing ideas, be prepared to stand out. If you want to do what everybody else does, you're going to get the same result, which is frankly nothing spectacular. Now, one area that I think is definitely an emerging area that most dentists are not doing. If you're watching this video in 5 years' time, it might be a different story, but at the time of recording, most dentists are not doing Facebook Live, and this is a real opportunity. You know, the research shows that people only do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if they don't know your business from Adam, then Facebook Live is an excellent way to be able to do that. So what sort of stuff can you cover on your Facebook Live? Well, a really obvious one to do is a tour. And really the gist is, hey, I'm Angus from XYZ Dental. Look, today we wanted to give you a tour about what it's like to actually come to our dental practice, because we know some people, they get a bit nervous about coming to dentistry and probably they don't realise all the changes that have happened in dentistry in the last few years. So come on a tour and then you can basically walk around the practice. It's got to be a little bit pre-choreographed. I have some people doing different stuff, but that's a great opportunity. Another one is talking about why you got into dentistry if you were the owner, and really go deep into your personal story. Just, was there a person that influenced you? Was it a family member, etc., etc.? Other things you can do, you can have a meet the staff where you have a little jar. This is a glass, but let's imagine that's filled with bits of paper. And the way that it works is you'd have bits of paper where they'd say, okay, today, let's call it hot seat. Mandy's in the hot seats. Let's see what bits of paper she pulls out. And it says, what's your greatest fear? Or what's your favourite this? Or whatever. And you could have a bunch of questions in there. So that's a nice kind of fun way of helping them to know you and hopefully like you and ultimately trust you. Other things you can do, anything to do with charity. Facebook Live's an excellent one from that. Hey, Angus from XYZ Dental. If you do work at XYZ Dental, please get in touch. Here we are, we're at such and such local community event. The team, we're all volunteering because we really love giving back to the community, and then, the charity's about blah, blah, blah. I think you get the idea. Next one to look at is to go to the people. What an outrageous concept, leaving the dental practice. Now, the first area to look at is local businesses, and I just did an audit for a client where we looked at all of the business that came in for him, and there was a decent chunk that came from other businesses. Now, it could be healthcare professionals, and so that might be specialists, dentistry, it could be doctors, it could be physios, there's a whole range of them. And so you just go to the people, go to them, go and introduce yourself. How can we help each other? Why don't you come and have an appointment? Look, we'll give you why don't you come and have a complimentary skein and clail, a clean and scale, so that you can see what it's like to deal with us, and kind of off you go. So that's one possibility. What about if you're looking at the real estate pages and you notice that there's a bunch of people moving into the area? What if you were to either go to them or post them a sort of a welcome to the neighbourhood pack? Hey, we're again, from XYZ Dental, we see that you've moved in. Now, this one you're going to be sending it to the homeowner, or you could, if you really want to go nuts, you could knock on the door or slide it under the door. That'd be an interesting one. And it could be something like those, if you ever stayed at a motel, like in a town away from home, and they've got those directories and it's like restaurants and churches, community centres, whatever. You could produce something like that, sort of welcome to the neighbourhood. And by the way, if we can help you with your dentistry, please get in touch, and maybe you get an offer there. So that's go to the people. Now, we've talked a bit about community, but given that it's all about this, then you really want to be known as the kind of go-to dentist in the community. So what are the options there? I guess we already talked about charity groups, but that's definitely one. Schools is an obvious one. Scouts, any of those sort of community groups. What else did I have there? Oh, business is another one. Most areas have got a chamber of commerce or a business group. What about, those free newspapers? Can you get a column or an article in there, in a community radio? There's lots of different stuff that you can do in the community radio, newspaper. Who knows? Come up with some kind of charitable event where you say, this weekend at our practice we really want to honour Australian soldiers. And so for soldiers and their families, the first however many that get in touch, we're going to give them a free blah, blah, blah. So you can do that sort of stuff. Anyway, let's recap. Stand out. For Australian dental practice marketing ideas, there's plenty of them there, but you've got to stand out. Facebook Live's a real opportunity. Let me just say one thing about Facebook Live. I know not everybody likes getting on camera. Do you think my heart wasn't pounding in my chest the first time I did Facebook Live? It absolutely was, but I recognised it was something I needed to do for my business, and I hope you recognise that's an opportunity for you. Maybe do a practice, get your iPhone or whatever and record it and just practice what you're going to say, and then go Facebook Live. Go to the people. We've talked about a few different, that's healthcare professionals. By the way, it can be any businesses, gymnasium, whatever, restaurants, any kind of referral system, and then community stuff as well. I hope you found that helpful. There's a bunch of practice marketing ideas for Australian dental practice. All right, until next time, see you later.